crazy to think about, but I believe I can do a lot better. And I got some tricks up my sleeve of how I'm going to do that, which I'm going to take you guys through the journey of everything it takes to get where I'm going. Some of the places that I'm going to be going and things I'm going to be doing, not the average person can be doing, because it's going to deal with me being a veteran and getting certain loads and stuff, just because, me being a veteran, which I got, people and everything else for that side of that I'm going to start that process a little later on down the line. Like I said, when the seed season comes up, I will be running seed under my own company. Hopefully, if everything works out the way I want it to work out. If not, I'll be running seed, just getting the loads from TDR, and they'll be taking a percentage of that. But I'm just gonna stick with seed for this ending of the year into next year, until the season's over, and then I'm gonna kick into the rest of the stuff that I want to do, because it's a whole process of getting, military owned or veteran owned. And
speed
also,
check reported ahead on I-80 West.
And also getting your minority owned, if you're a minority running a trucking company. You can get minority owned and veteran owned attached to your company to help you get contracts. So, like I said, I'll take you guys through the whole process, but I'm going to go into more in depth into all that stuff and how the authority's going. It's not active yet, and there's a reason for that. But I'll go through all that, all the paperwork, and I'm going to try to throw up some numbers of everything that I kind of remember that I've paid for so far, to try to get the authority, everything in place. And then the reason why it's not active yet is because I'm waiting on the name change, because it's still going to be JLR3 Transport, but it's a LLC now. So I got to have them change that in my FMCSA portal first before I can get my insurance, because the insurance paperwork has to match my FMCSA portal. So once that changes over, then I can finally put my down payment on my insurance, which I'll go through all that with you guys as well. And so I'm going to go through numbers and everything else as much as I can remember, so I can kind of give you guys an idea of how much it costs to kind of get your authority started. And everything else, the things you got to do. There's still expenses that I still got to make, getting the truck, getting new stickers made for the truck, and then I need to get alignment done on the truck. So when I get the truck back, which, like I said, I'll go through all this stuff. Actually, we can go over that now. So when I get the truck back, which the truck is waiting for injectors. The injectors are already sitting at the shop at CIT, and they're just waiting for a spot for my truck to get in. I went up there yesterday because my truck's been at CIT now for 3 weeks, and they are going to try to have my truck out no later than the 24th. So hopefully, maybe I'll get it back this week. If not this week, I'll for sure be getting it back next week. So that's hopefully the issue with the truck, is the injectors were overfueling. Even in the stock tune, so it has nothing to do with the PDI tunes that were on the truck. So Cummins apparently is having injector issues. So any of you guys that got newer X15s, I would pretty much say 2020 and up. No, not 2020, 2022 and up. If you're having an issue where your DPF is clogging and you don't have that many miles, and you still have warranty, take it to the shop. Go have them test your injectors, because 9 times out of 10 your injectors went bad, because there's a bad batch of injectors that went out between 2022 and all the way up to some of the early 2024 models. But yeah, that's the update on the K-Dub. I do got a couple things coming for it that I got to do. A lot of maintenance things I got to do once I get it back. It's due for an oil change. I'm going to lower my half fenders that are on the back. I'm going to reposition those a little bit lower. I got to re-straighten out the bumper. I got a flip kit coming for the bumper. Finally, I went ahead and pulled the trigger on one of those. And some other little odds and ends. I got to take the ELD out of it, put my own ELD in, and stuff like that. It's a it's a lot of little things I got to do that, you know, of course I got to clean it out from the shop having it, and clean the outside, get it all polished up, and, you know, get it ready to run like I would normally have it when I have it every single week, since it's been sitting at the shop, sitting outside. So who knows what it really looks like. I go past the shop every morning and kind of glance over to see if it's in the shop, but I haven't really been around the truck in a while. But with that being said, I'm gonna get down this road, get this load delivered, which me and my brother are doing the same stuff. Tomorrow I'll be doing two of these loads tomorrow. But I'll catch you guys once we get back to the shop to go over everything that has to do with the authority. Alrighty, we done made it to the shop. I got a couple loads to close out from the day, my load and my brother's load, since he's picking up another load and heading out tonight, and do some paperwork. But after that, then we'll get into all the ins and outs of paying for your authority and how much I've spent so far. And it varies from person to person because insurance could be different, and, you know, the amount that you pay certain people to do certain things is always different. So some of this stuff you can do yourself. Some of this stuff is easier just to pay for somebody to do it, which I chose that route because I'm too busy doing other stuff. But I'll go through all that and give some suggestions of people that I use that didn't, you know, try to basically either scam you or where are the keys? That either try to scam you or they try to overcharge you for documents that are 100% free on the FMCSA website. So I'm gonna get this little stuff done and then we can get to it. Alrighty, I have finished up. So the first thing, I'm gonna show you proof of what I've made as of last year. So I got some paperwork here covering up the other 1099s on here that aren't mine, and some other sensitive information. But as you can see, TDR Transport, there's my name, and that's how much I made last year, $261,251.07. So that is roughly what I make a year. Of course, it fluctuates up and down, but I've never been under 240 since I've been a contractor and or owner op for TDR Transport. So I'm going to get you guys kind of set up so I can go over these numbers that I wrote down of everything so far that I have paid for my authority, and plus some things that I still have to pay. And then I'm going to hopefully put a total down somewhere, or I'll probably just total it up now, and then I'll give you guys a total of how much I've spent so far on what and how much I still need to spend on certain things. All right, now that I got you guys set up and I got my total sitting over here. So far I have spent $25 for drug and alcohol credits. So when you sign up for the FMCSA clearinghouse, which is for them to be able to run checks on, you know, you and the drug and alcohol and everything else. It keeps track of that. So that's pretty much what that is. $25 to put credits on my account. You have to keep credits on your account. So when when somebody either does checks or whatever, it uses a credit. Those credits last forever, so you can fill up your account, never have to worry about it until they get used. I spent $263.75 to a business called Kreider's Licensing and Title Service, which is a company that we have worked with for TDR Transport, for turning in mileage, IFTA stickers, certain permits, and stuff like that. So the $263.75 that I spent to them was for my BOC3 and my UCR, and the UCR is the United Carrier United Carrier registration or something like that. You got to have that every year, so you'll have to pay the $40 that is for every year. I also spent for my Illinois intrastate, so I can pick up and drop off in Illinois. That's a permit. I'm also eventually going to get my KYU and my Iowa intrastate. And then I also paid her for something else, and I can't remember, plus their fees and everything else. $30 to Illinois tollway, so that's for my transponder, which is already in. I got to put that in the truck when the truck gets here, with a transponder with my new license plate, because I finally got my new license plates in from a couple videos ago when I lost it. And so I got a new transponder under my business name. I spent $592.40 for road tax, because the road taxes, which are, I guess they call the, what is it? Forgot what they call that. But the road taxes that every truck going down the road has to pay, which I've been paying every year that it's due. So I had to pay that because it was due, plus their taxes and fees. I spent $275.60 on my ELD, which is going to be Keep Truckin' ELD. That is for my camera and my actual ELD box system that I basically already have in a truck, except I have one now with under my business name with my own program with just my truck. It is a total of about the same price for every 3 months. So every 3 months I'll be paying 200 and something odd dollars for that. All right, so I spent another $120 for my LLC and EIN number, or new EIN number under the LLC, because if you have an EIN number already, like I did, that's for my old business, when you get an LLC, you need to get a new EIN number under that LLC. So I spent about $120 for my LLC and new EIN number. I spent $500 to a company called Foley, which what they do is they're gonna handle all the rest of my paperwork that I need to have my authority active. So they take care of the random drug tests, which I've already taken a new employee drug test because I have to treat myself like I'm my own employee, even though I'm the business owner. So I had to already did my drug screen for that and sent that off to them, which I had to go to a place and do a drug test. They manage that. They manage your driver file and keep all that stuff on file. They have a whole portal system that you go through. So I really liked that. And we have worked with them once before in the past, but I figured I'd work with them now. So therefore it's easy to get everything set up. And then probably later on down the line, I'll be taking over the stuff for myself. But I paid roughly around $500 for them to do that service. So this is insurance now. So I have not paid for my insurance yet, but it is pending in my account until my LLC gets thrown onto my FMCSA portal account, which will happen within the next couple days. But my insurance is $2,622 down for $1,049 a month. That covers the truck, that covers cargo insurance, that covers liability insurance, and that also covers non-owned trailer insurance. So it covers the truck up to $227,000. It covers my liability, which I got $2 million in liability insurance. I know it's high because a lot of people normally get $1 million, but I went ahead and got $2 million in liability insurance. I have the $100,000 in cargo insurance. And then I also have, I believe, $100,000 in non-owned trailer insurance. I'll have to double check that one, but I believe it's $120,000 in non-owned trailer insurance. So for anybody trailers that I pull that's not owned by me is 100% covered by me and by whatever business if they have insurance on that trailer. So if something were to ever happen, get stolen, yada, 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 I'm covered, they're covered, and everything, can go on, which I needed that for pulling one of TDR trailers until I decide when I'm going to go buy a trailer for myself. So also with the insurance, that'll be $13,112 for 10 months. So that's my monthly. That's how much the full insurance is, and how much my down payment is. Now I know a lot of people are probably going to look at that down payment and either say it's a lot, or they're going to say that wasn't crap at all, because a lot of people, their down payments are a lot more than that. Be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 grand for a down payment on insurance. The reason why mine was so cheap is because I'm working with the same people that insured my Volvo and insured the Kenworth now, since I've owned my business. So they already know my driving record, my driving history, all the other stuff. I don't have anything on my driving record or my history. So that's the reason why my down payment was so small, because I'm working under the same company and they already know me and everything else. So instead of giving me a huge down payment for my new authority, they're giving me a smaller down payment, which is a lot smaller than any of the other quotes that I've gotten. I think the best quote I've gotten, besides this quote that I'm using, was $4,800 and something dollars down for $20,000. I believe was a full insurance premium, or full insurance note for, I think, a year. And it was either like $15,000 to $20,000 a year at like almost close to $2,000 a month or something along the lines of that. So it was a lot more expensive than this one, and that was the cheapest one I got. Everything else that I've gotten for quotes for insurance other than that has been a lot higher and not as much coverage as I have with this one. So far, in total, I have spent a total of $4,428.81 to get my authority and have everything in process so I can be 100% legal. Now, my authority is still not active yet until my insurance goes through, which it won't go through until the FMCSA fixes my portal account and puts the LLC behind my business. So therefore, if you were to look up my business on the FMCSA website right about now, it would say inactive. So there's for that. Expenses that I have not gotten yet, or have not spent out the money for yet, is the lettering and the stickering on the truck, which I believe I'm going back to the same guy, which I plan on vlogging that when I get the truck back and I go take it to get that done, because at that same time I'm going to actually get the truck another alignment done. So I want to get all that on video. So for anybody that has air ride, because I came across a guy that's really good with air ride systems, and we've used them in the past, and I never knew he was really good with air ride systems. So he's going to look at mine and get it all 100% tracking straight and make sure everything's fine. But I'm going back to the same guy that lettered the truck, that stickered the truck, that made my stickers and everything, the TDR, that made all the TDR logos, the ones that are on the trailers and all, and made my business logo and everything else. I'm going to go back to him to get it re-stickered, which I believe he charged me like $200 for both of the TDRs, both of the JLR3 transports, and my numbers on the truck. So I believe he's probably only going to charge me $150-ish because the TDR is coming off, and the JLR3 transport is going to turn into the JLR3 Transport LLC. Plus, I need to get my MC number and my DOT number put back on the truck, get TDRs off my truck, and I'm going to be moving all that stuff to a different location this time around. It's not going to be on the step boxes. So there's that expense, and then I also need to get my pre-pass. Yeah, my pre-pass for the scales. I'm going to get one of those. I already have one in the truck, but that one's going to go back to TDR. I'm going to get another one. I haven't got that yet because I'm waiting on my IFTA sticker to come in, because it wants the IFTA sticker number off the side of the truck when you're registering for a new one. So I'm waiting on my IFTA stickers to come in for that, and I believe that was a couple dollars, I believe. I don't know, probably no more too expensive than the Illinois tollway one, but I don't know the exact price yet because I couldn't get to that point until I get my IFTA stickers in. What I'm waiting on so far is my IFTA stickers to come in. Like I said, my insurance to go through once the FMCSA does everything that they need to do. I have my ELD sitting at home. I have my pre-pass, my iPass sitting at home for the tolls. I have, what else? I got a couple things sitting at home that need to go in the truck or on the truck as a parts and other things that need to get done. But that's what I've spent so far. You can spend a whole lot more if you don't watch out. And my suggestion to anybody that's going to get their own authority or anything else, as soon as you fill out that application online for your DOT number and MC number, your phone's going to blow up like no tomorrow. I mean, as soon as, if you do it on the weekend, as soon as Monday hits, you're going to get call after call after call. Your phone's not going to stop ringing because it's all public information. And a lot of companies are going to hit you up to try to, get you to work with them for them to do all your paperwork and all sorts of other stuff. There's a lot of scammers that are trying to call you, act like they're the FMCSA to try to get money out of you. There's a lot of businesses that are actual real businesses that are trying to call you, acting like they're the FMCSA to get you to pay them money to work with you. Like one guy tried to get me to pay him like $2,500 to get all my paperwork and stuff done that was free forms on the FMCSA website. And like I said, I paid $500 for the rest of the stuff that I needed that I didn't have time to do, instead of $2,500 that he was trying to charge me. So you got to watch that. And another thing is the FMCSA will never call you. It'll always be emails. If you put in something on their website for help for something, or something needs to be fixed, or really that'd be about it, is emails. That's the only thing I've ever gotten for the FMCSA is emails. 100%. They'll never call you. They're just like any other government entity. They'll never call you. So watch out for that. Other than that, it's been a pretty smooth sailing. Like I said, I pretty much almost got everything done. I'm pretty much just waiting for the truck to get back from the shop. After injectors get put in, hopefully this week and or next week, I was told that I should get the truck back no later than the 24th. So once I get the truck back, we'll go back to, the regular scheduled things, which I got some more tricks up my sleeves of things I'm going to change as I'm going forward with the YouTube channel and showing different things. Like I'm going to keep you guys updated. Hopefully, if I remember and I can do all this stuff, I want to try to at least put out more videos a week, keep you guys updated with how much I'm making a week, what I'm doing expenses wise and everything else. And I may do like a monthly breakdown at the end of every month about, how much I made that much, how much I spent that much in fuel and so on and so forth. So you guys can kind of get an insight of, everything that's going on with my business, since it's just going to be me solo. So I don't have to worry about any other information that all the other owners of TDR don't want to be out there. So that's the reason why I kept kind of quiet about all that stuff. But since it's going to be all under me now, I can share whatever I want to share and not have to worry about anything otherwise. So I got that. But the next video you guys will probably see will probably be me picking up the truck. When I pick up the truck, I'm planning on taking 2 days off, 1 day so I can go take it to get measured for the stickers, and another day to take it to go get the alignment done. So, which I'll probably do those in the same day, and then the next day I'll get the stickers. So I'll probably end up putting them on myself, but I haven't not 100% sure yet, because like I said, that $200 that he charged me was also him putting the stickers on the truck as well. So, yeah, so that'll probably be the next video, is me picking up the truck and getting everything set up and getting the new things put on it, everything else, and getting it all cleaned up and getting the fenders lowered and everything else. And then we'll hit the road running. I still gotta do a lot of carrier packets and stuff like that for running on different broker boards and stuff like that, which when I get started, I probably won't be running broker freight right off the rip. I'll probably be running seed right off the rip. Depending on how that goes, I have not put in to run seed under my business name yet, with the guy that's over all of this seed stuff. So I still need to do that and see what he says about that, which I'm pretty sure he'll be all right with it. So there's that, and then after that, I'll pretty much have everything ready and good to go. And we'll be hitting the road. Nothing around me is pretty much going to change. It's just the business name changing, and I'll be taking over everything myself. But as of scenery around me, as of shop-wise and everything else, that won't be changing until we get the new shop built on on TDR's new property because I'll be moving over there, and also I'll be eventually building a shop of my own over there for my business, just to keep everything separate and so I can have my own shop. So that's the plans going forward. It'll probably be a couple more years or so before I plan on doing my own shop build of its own. But because the next big thing I'm planning on buying is a trailer. Like I said, I haven't figured out what I want yet, because what I'm thinking is I'm probably gonna buy something different other than a van, and probably just keep pulling TDR's van trailer and keep renting it from TDR for seed season. And then I'll probably get something different, flatbed, step deck, RGN. I don't really know. I haven't really got that much farther forward until I really kind of look into these military contracts and what's paying what and everything else, and that'll kind of give me an idea of what I want to go buy. Because with the military stuff, you can pull anything with anything. They use vans, step decks, RGNs. They use everything. So I'd like to kind of get my foot wet in the open deck game if I feel like it, which is kind of the route that I'm going. But if I don't do that, then I'll probably end up getting another van trailer, but it'll be spec'd out the way I want it. It'll be spread axle, lift axles, all that good stuff, since it's what I know. So I'll probably end up getting one of them first, just because it's what I know, it's what I'm good at right now. And then if I run into some contracts and stuff, once I get military, veteran owned and minority owned under my business and get all that, which I'll go through all that process when I start doing that, because you got to pay. That's more money you got to spend out for all that stuff. And that's money you got to pay every year for all that stuff, because you got to have certain stuff. You got to have a separate business phone. You got to have a website, because people are going to check all this stuff. It's really no joke. And there's a lot of things that you got to have and you got to pay for to have all this stuff on your business, and you got to keep up with a lot of things. We have, for TDR, minority owned and woman owned business. So I already kind of know the ins and outs of things you got to keep track of. And I already know the person that I'm going to work with, because it's the same person that TDR works with, and she's pretty cool. And we've actually met her in person in Georgia when we went down to Georgia a few years back for a convention, a truckers convention thing that they had down there. So she's a pretty cool person, so I'm going to be working with her for the minority-owned and veteran-owned for into my business. But that'll probably be after the seed season when I start doing all that stuff, because I don't know if I want to run seed year-round like I'm doing now, unless, the market doesn't get any better or anything else. But my plan is eventually to get away from seed 100% completely and run contracted freight as much as I can. That's the real big goal, so I can expand and I can build and eventually buy some more trucks or hire some owner operators to pull some of this contracted freight for me. So you guys keep a watch out for that. But I got big goals and big plans, things that I want to do with this business. It's just going to take time, and I'm going to keep pushing for it. But with that being said, this is where I'm going to end this video. It's been long enough for me talking. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. Check out all the Instagram links, Snapchat links, or anything like that if you want to communicate. And always remember, all my Amazon links for things that I've put and installed on the truck are in the bio below on every video since I've added them a couple videos back. And yeah, I hope you guys have a good week. And hopefully next time I see you guys, we'll be up and rolling 100% under JLR3 Transport LLC. But that being said, I'll catch you guys later. Peace.